So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. More than half a century of history, the Estadio Morumbis, this gargantuan arena, has borne witness to many a glorious moment for Sao Paulo, both city and club. If you have just joined, you have just missed the kickoff. Jim, who do you reckon is pivotal?
Yeah, Virgil van Dijk. He's just about unbeatable in every department, Peter. He's strong, he's quick, he's totally dominant in the air, and what's more, he seems to really love a tussle. His passing's good too, and he never seems to lose it in important areas. I'd expect this team to notch up a lot of clean sheets with him on board.
No argument from me on that front. It's easy to see how his presence alone affects both sides. Now there's a fine, decent chance!
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Oh, good steal, he just read it. Searching pass he's played there. Best. Yeah, that looks a decent ball. Mateus! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Mateus actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest. All he needs to do is to place this between the goalposts and basically let them attack it.
Chance, surely! That was mighty close. So, Jim, what has caught your eye in these early exchanges?
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks. So they're still very much in a phase of testing the waters and sizing each other up.
Guardiola. Tries to play it through. Well, nothing to report in terms of goals, but it's not for the want of trying.
I actually think both teams are playing okay here. We've had some good attempts, although they've mounted to nothing so far.
Cafu cuts it out. And this is Neymar. Totti. Now it's Totti.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
Can he spark a counter here?
Are certainly playing with an intense focus in executing their plan here.
Messi. Van Dijk promptly onto that, and that is that. Best, a player who needs no introduction. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Baresi. Ball looks a good one. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Looking to pass their way up the pitch. Oh, Red, nice interception. Cafu. Aims beyond the defence. He's in a great position here. Shapes to shoot! Goal! Sao Paulo! And Sao Paulo score first. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
So we have the first goal.
Well, I'd remind those players, Peter, that concentration will be key for a while now, as you don't want to hand the momentum straight back to your opposition.
No, not quite on the same wavelength. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
He's found a way through. Crosses it. A header! And collective relief etched on the faces of the defenders.
Well, talking about creating a problem for yourself, OK, credit to good pressing, but that was entirely avoidable. Sao Paulo can certainly afford to see this half out now and reset during the break.
Messi, nice interception, well timed. Well, he's not happy with that challenge, but the referee has let it go. And he welcomes it in. Oh, he's bustling through here. Totti showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it. Oh, what has happened here? Schneider. Now it's Neymar. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
That's an excellent interception. Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. Great vision. Mateus has the space to ski. And the referee has blown for half-time. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead, and that gives them something to build on after the break. How would you review the first half?
Haven't played that badly. Getting caught again on the counter-attack is unlikely. They're switched on to that, and still very much in this game.
Sao Paulo have made the crucial breakthrough, and they're looking pretty satisfied at the break. We're on the move again. Sao Paulo currently ahead by the smallest of margins. And the shot! Nearly, but not quite.
That's alert and sharp and very well played.
Now it's Henderson. Costa Curta. Batistuta. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Well, that tackle was immense, and so was the relief. The great escape.
Can he get on the end of this? Mateus can see things others simply cannot. Zanetti.
There they go, hunting again.
Jordan Henderson. Nice looking ball. No luck with that dink over the top. And he has slightly undercooked that one.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision. It was indecision all...
There could be trouble. And the finish! And he hits the net. They have grabbed themselves an equaliser.
Well, it looks like we have ourselves a real game here now, Peter. They've been rewarded for their courage, for their attitude, for their application, and now they'll want another.
Speed of thought, efficiency of movement, and certainty of outcome.
Well, my sympathies go to the keeper, who was left horribly exposed. You don't expect players to switch off in front of goal like that.
So they have it all to do again.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter. When you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing, the outcome should all come down to finishing.
Jordan Henderson. Oh, that's well spotted. And it's Messi. Jordan Henderson is someone so often referred to as the defender's defender. It's a searching pass. And that's a simple one for the keeper. Bastoni kept his eye on it, and he's there. That's been cut out, well played. Nice interception, his positioning was spot on. Pirlo makes the interception. Pass somewhat off target. Baresi gets across to intercept that. Knocks it into space. He's having a shot! Goal, Germany! And the game is well and truly turned on its head.
Yeah, and he did well not to stray offside there as well, Peter. He just seemed to instinctively know when the ball was going to be delivered, and he got it right.
So we have movement on both benches. Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
Listen, when it comes to goals, Peter, in this team, he's always the #1 contender, and he's done it again.
Looking for options for movement. Oh, it's a key interception.
Germany surely have to be commended for their drive and desire. Most teams would be taking the easier defensive route by now.
Guardiola spots it and intercepts. Lampard.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
That is good alertness. Germany have reclaimed it. Out towards the flank. That has not gone well. Tries to pass it through. And here's Raul. And that is well cleared. He's going to be disappointed with that. And here's Batistuta. No, that's been intercepted. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Sao Paulo are running out of time and out of options.
Well, I like to see, Peter, that they haven't given up yet, so the spirit burns on.
uma substituição.
Zanetti finding himself in space. Batistuta is flagged offside. Lampard threads one in. Raul. Oh, he's burst, takes a shot! Oh, that was nice, but not quite the end product required.
Oh, it's very good running, that. You're always going to have chances with that kind of movement.
Germany have their second corner now. They've played it short. And he welcomes it in. It's Lampard!
Teremos 3 minutos de acréscimo.
He's got away. Oh, lovely feed. He is such a good mover. Forced to go back. That's good play. And he gets rid in a hurry. And the referee brings it to a close. Sao Paulo pleasingly clever on the ball. They had their moment. Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Sao Paulo, of course, one of the best supported sides in Brazil, in the whole of Latin America. The Morumbis, the ultimate shrine, where 66,000 or so congregate week in, week out. There's the whistle, and here we go. This easily the most keenly anticipated of today's games.
And Cruyff! He's scored! Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more.
A truly wonderful strike, decorated with dip and curl.
Oh, it was a real beauty, Peter, and while many might have just lashed out at it, he took his time and he put it where very few can.
Sao Paulo finding themselves unexpectedly behind. Cafu gets a good foot in there. Now it's Neymar. That looks a good ball. Ibrahimovic! Well, the finish certainly didn't match the build-up.
Well, you couldn't have asked for a better chance than that, Peter. That is disappointing.
Pretty loose pass. And they've been given a corner. Sao Paulo with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Oh, great leap! And oh, he's got that completely wrong.
Yeah, it wasn't the worst decision in the world to go for the shot, even if he was being closely marshalled.
Oh, what's he done? Shoots! Oh, good finish! They're level in a trice!
Yeah, they say that fortune favours the brave, and we've just seen an example. This team has real personality and character.
And that is a genuine ground-eat-me-up moment.
I think the defence really need to wake up here, Peter. They really shouldn't be getting caught out like that.
So they have it all to do again.
Well, I think the players will be buoyed by the fact that they've managed to level things in a hurry. Tails most definitely up now.
And here's Van Basten. Cafu picks it up now. Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. Aims beyond the defence. And he's cleared it out of harm's way. Well, that looks a decent ball. Just about midway through the first half, and it has been an engaging watch. Conte. Palmeiras are a team that's fond of the low block. They sure defend in... Can he finish? Goal! Palmeiras! And they get themselves in front! That is so good, such sharp skills and such a delicious finish.
Well, I think he was saying to his teammates, how dare you doubt me?
Palmeiras with the lead.
Listen, when it comes to goals, Peter, in this team, he's always the #1 contender, and he's done it again.
And this is Cruyff. Adams.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
And this is Cruyff. Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? Schneider. And it's Messi. Searching pass he's played there. Roberto Carlos. No, he wasn't going to let him past. Gerrard. Now, can they get him away? There's the shot! Good run, lovely take, but that is where it stopped.
That's really well played. It's just the type of run you need. Off the shoulder of the last defender, stay onside.
Guardiola. Ibrahimovic. And here's Neymar. Knocks it into space. Decent chance! And it's in! It's level again! What a match we have!
Oh, what a fabulous game this is. It just keeps getting better and better.
And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
And now he has two. Quite a game this, all square again. It's Van Basten! Goal, Palmeiras! And they're back in front.
Well, a 1-2 is easier to pull off than most dribbles, and I think we've just seen the proof.
2 goals on the day, and he may not yet beat Ibrahimovic! That is decidedly lacking. Conte. And it's Vieira. Oh, that's a key interception. And he's picked out the run. Cafu. Approaching half-time and still behind. Can they make something happen now? Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. To Gerrard. Roberto Carlos. And it's Van Basten. Nice bit of trickery.
Well, a few of his teammates are quite furious with him as they felt they were within reach, but he made nothing of it. His boss doesn't look too amused either.
It's Ibrahimovic! Ibrahimovic! It could only be him! Oh, it really is a finish of the highest order. And once more, we are all square. You score, we score.
Well, that's so refreshing. They went a goal down, and you never would have guessed it. Their reaction has been emphatic.
He has given that the lot. Bang!
I think it was probably past the keeper before he even saw it. Incredible he got so much power with so little backlift.
Teremos 3 minutos de acréscimo.
Sao Paulo drag themselves back again.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so...
Big chance! And needless to say, that deserved better.
Well, you have to say how clever the pass was. It caught the defence off guard because of the disguise on it, and it makes it all the more disappointing that he didn't top it off with a finish.
And it's a poor one. Oh, he has managed to get that all wrong. Conte. Schneider's cross. That's it, 45 minutes up. Sao Paulo are finally getting a much-needed break. It's been absolutely breathless stuff so far. It is quite a game, breathless and laced with excitement.
Well, I can tell you it's been a wonderful watch, Peter. I'm not complaining. The goals just seem to keep on coming. It clearly means that defending hasn't been at its best, but you know what I'm like when it comes to defending.
Well, it's been a proper derby so far, no doubt about that. Intense and utterly captivating. Well, few would have predicted a scoreline like this. After all of that, we are still level at the break somehow. Palmeiras get the ball rolling in the second half. That's a risky ball, you've got to say. Guardiola could move up a gear here. Pirlo bumps him off it and wins back the ball. And he cuts out the supply. Messi looking to play him in. Roberto Carlos. Vieira. Puskás. Well read, nice interception. Right to Ibrahimovic! Oh, the ball's come loose here. Oh, what has happened here? Too much on it, and that is an easy claim for the keeper. Adams kept his eye on it, and he's there. And it's Ibrahimovic. Passes short and sharp. And Messi! Well, now it's a race for the ball.
The keeper was likely to need his best there, and he found it.
Pirlo gathers from the goal kick. Lovely passing, lovely movement as well. Oh, easy pickings there. Ibrahimovic. Wonderful from Ibrahimovic! A finish of true class. And the game is well and truly turned on its head. And that is stunning, just too hot to handle.
Yeah, you just don't save those, Peter. Too much power on, and the manager's absolutely loving this.
And yes, it's him again. Sao Paulo leading now.
Well, they've done the hard part now, Peter. Can they cling on, or even better, can they get another?
It's Van Basten! He's got a goal! A game of thrills, all square in the blinking of an eye!
Yeah, since going a goal down, they've dug in to produce a really fine spell, which for me deserved that equaliser.
Another moment of magic, a real wow moment.
That's what he lives for, Peter, not a lot more to add.
And that means just one thing, match ball.
Well, talk about being on top of your game, everything seems to be coming off for him.
So again, we have parity.
Such a big goal, Peter. Just when the opposition thought they could turn the screw, they're back to square one again. The manager will be absolutely delighted with such a response.
Belletti. Schneider. Cafu kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Adams spots it and intercepts. Zanetti. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Costa Curta calmly anticipates. And now the breakaway. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. And here's Messi. That's an imaginative pass. Oh, he's found support out wide. Puskás picks it up out wide.
Palmeiras really can't be faulted for their attitude, and if they go on to win this, it'll be fully deserved.
That had too much on it.
substituição no time do São Paulo.
So we have movement on both benches.
Camisa 23. Neymar. Camisa 24.
Batistuta. It's going wide left.
Camisa 13.
He'd have done well to reach that.
Deixando o campo para a entrada de camisa 18, camisa 21, camisa 15, camisa 14.
It's a good ball out
camisa
wide.
8.
Was somewhat off target.
Substituição.
Rijkaard. And it's Pirlo. Chance here to counter. Well timed, excellent interception. And here's Yamal. Shot could be on. Looking for options for movement. He's having a shot! A game with so much to recommend it. Fabulous contest, but still no clear winner.
Listen, the fans haven't given up on this by any means. They still believe it can be won.
Gerrard. Oh, good-looking ball. Nicely shaped ball. And that has been cleared.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Pass is just off target. Oh, that is asking for trouble.
All the big boys are set for this. It's like Land of the Giants in there.
Foram indicados 2 minutos de acréscimo.
Driving on and making good progress. Confirmation that there will be 2 minutes stoppage time. Nice looking ball. The less said about that pass, the better. And there goes the final whistle. Magic. What a magical football match. And genuine respect all round. The end of the game. Reflections?
Well, I think all things considered, Peter, this was a fair result. Both sides showed the right qualities to try and win it and, you know, ultimately ended up cancelling each other out.
So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable.
São Paulo
More than half a century of history, the Estadio Morumbis, this gargantuan arena, has borne witness to many a glorious moment for Sao Paulo, both city and club. We are just getting started. Yet another page in the history of this grand old rivalry.
Well, Peter, at this stage we often focus on the creative and goal-scoring talent, but I'm going to mention a defender in Lilian Thuram. As good as they come for me, very strong and athletic and competent in every other department you care to mention.
It's Ibrahimovic! Goal!
Well, they would have been looking at him to produce the goods, and that was very kind of him to oblige so early.
One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
Corinthians penetrate first. It shapes to shoot! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Oh, he's really looking like he's on the very top of his game here.
And the referee has brought play back and shown him a yellow card.
Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
Cleared away. Pass somewhat off target. And it's Schneider. Schneider will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Neatly clipped into space. And this is Ibrahimovic. He saw the danger and he went crashing in. I have to say, that was an exemplary tackle. Shot a goal! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Tries one from range. Oh! Fantastic! A finish right from the top draw. And that is what they came to see, what they demanded to see. His first. He just absolutely speared that in.
Yeah, you just don't save those, Peter. Too much power on, and the manager's absolutely loving this.
Takes a shot! Oh, well cut out, no margin for error there at all. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Ibrahimovic is flagged offside. Just a tiny bit high.
Oh, he overcooked that one, aiming for perfection, and he got it slightly wrong.
Still very early doors, but it is a closely contested affair. Ibrahimovic. Bale picks it up out wide. Varane cuts out the pass. Messi. Now this could be a chance. Guardiola. And this is Messi. He has found the way through. And the shot! Goal! Sao Paulo! They've done it! It was coming! They have their reward! That was easy. Almost too easy.
Well, of course, it's great play to set him up, Peter, but you can't say the defence did themselves many favours then. They really should have picked him up sooner.
Sao Paulo leading now.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in.
Now it's Neymar. Now it's Schneider. And this is Ibrahimovic. Ibrahimovic finds himself offside.
Well, That's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
He's found a way through. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. And here's Schneider.
Schneider really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Oh, well played, well sorted out. And this is Schneider. Ibrahimovic. Messi. Can he get on the end of this? Lovely pass, but can he get there? And he's managed to get free.
Well, that's pretty clear, it is a foul.
And he's going to have his name taken. I do think he's feeling the effects of that tackle.
Well, they're struggling to cope with a pacey dribble because they've not been at it as a team. I think the collective pressure needs to be better all round.
Schneider considers his options, looking to widen the gap even further here. Oh, the ball's come loose here. Zanetti demonstrating his defensive quality there. Schneider. It's a pretty loose pass. Coming up to half-time, leading, and things are looking pretty good. Ibrahimovic. Adams. Nicked it back promptly. Ibrahimovic. Oh, this looks sharp. Schneider. Now it's Messi. Now it's Rijkaard. Pirlo. Schneider. And it's Zanetti. Aims beyond the defence. It's Neymar! Well, now it's a race for the ball.
Teremos 3 minutos de acréscimo.
And he's picked it up out wide. Ibrahimovic. Neymar thinks about the shot. Messi.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Zanetti. The referee says that is that for the first half. Well, we have quite a thrilling narrative here. Despite their early setback, they are now the ones in the driving seat, and all of a sudden things are looking pretty rosy. And we are up to the break.
Well, I can tell you it's been an absolutely fantastic watch, Peter. I wish I could come here every week. It's been wonderfully open, wonderfully tense, and beautifully unpredictable now.
Well, it's been a proper derby so far, no doubt about that. Intense and utterly captivating. Sao Paulo are leading 2-1, but things are very much in the balance here. So we're off again. Bale is someone who's always looking to catch the eye with his trickery. Pepe gets over and intercepts. Keeper's got good distance on that. Schneider. The pressing's intense and it's paid off. That has ended up in no man's land. Looking for the run. Well, that looks a decent ball. Schneider. Now, what about a counter-attack? Schneider. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. And it's Neymar. He's going to be disappointed with that. Yeah. Schneider. And that is a little undercooked. And here's Neymar. Messi. And a chance! And that's a good finish. 2 up and in charge, and things are looking pretty good for them now. Unstoppable. Just how do they contain him?
Such a well-worked finish. It looked like he was going to be shut down, but he thrives in situations.
There's the header! And he's cleared it out of harm's way. Guardiola.
Público
Has not
presente
gone
na
well.
partida de hoje.
Bale.
72.316
Schneider going face-to-face with his great rival.
espectadores.
Guardiola looking to pass their way up the pitch. That is good alertness. Great defending, strong and determined. Oh, that's a key interception.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Rijkaard. Didn't quite work for him. No messing about, just bludgeoned away. That has been slung wide. He's had it taken off him. Forward tracking back like that, always appreciated by the crowd.
Well, it's not a surprise to see that these days, all part of a forward's duties.
Bale deals with that comfortably. Stood up well to him there. And it's Guardiola. Well, that's beautifully weighted. Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. That's been cut out, well played. Schneider. Now, can they get him away? Oh, perfectly measured that. There's the shot! And he couldn't finish.
Well, that comes down as wasteful again. The pass broke the line, and the finish, I think, broke a few hearts.
Substituição no time do São Paulo.
So changes afoot here, and from both sides.
Camisa 23. Neymar. Camisa 24. Camisa 20. Camisa
There they go,
2.
hunting again.
Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Now it's Haaland. Rijkaard has created one goal already. Messi. Bullish header! Oh, good finish!
Uma substituição.
Yamal. Looking to play him in. And he's worked it through. He has a look up. Chance for a shot! Trustbar comes to the rescue. Now the ball in. Owen. Thuram pulls off an exemplary piece of defending. That'll be a throw. Conte. Owen. Rijkaard. The most accurate pass. The pass has gone astray. Yamal. Cute ball now, how can he reach it? Corinthians needed that, they really needed it.
Well, that tackle was immense, and so was the relief. The great escape.
Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Messi really struggling to influence the game.
He needs a minder, and one of his teammates should be picking up on that, and quickly.
And this is Messi, Pele, and this is Pele. Oh, good climb! And he's found the net! With so little time left, grandstand finish! Satisfyingly simple. There's almost a sense of beauty to this.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
Corinthians give themselves a chance of a fairy tale finish.
Well, the mindset has changed. Now they need to find all the courage they can get.
Oh, good-looking ball. No, he's not getting past him there.
I thought it was going to happen then. How many more chances can they realistically expect now?
Into stoppage time, whistle due any moment. Oh, easy pickings there. Martinez receives it in a good position here. And that is as far as it goes. Sao Paulo have done it with iron, with pragmatism, the sort you expect from a team like this. Admirable, enjoyable, and look how they reacted to that initial setback. The end of the game. Reflections?
Sao Paulo really were great today. They showed a lot of battling qualities required in a game like this, such as intensity, personality, a gritty spirit. I think this result was well merited.
Well, that's it for tonight's match, so just remember... Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. More than half a century of history, the Estadio Morumbis, this gargantuan arena, has borne witness to many a glorious moment for Sao Paulo, both city and club. Things already rolling. Pride, tradition, the game neither dares lose. While plenty argue, Jim, that Lothar Matthäus is the complete footballer. Do you think so?
Yeah, he's a goal-scoring number 10 and a sweeper all in one. That's a pretty unique skill set. His career is all about leadership.
Messi! Oh, he's managed to get it all wrong.
A wonderful goal to play him in like that. Great pace, into feet, nearly superb.
Messi does really well to win the ball there. And here's Ibrahimovic. Schneider. Messi. He's through here. He is through here. Cross into the box. Oh, well cut out. No margin for error there at all. And he's there to belt it away. Guardiola producing a good steal there, showing a good level of alertness. And there's green grass ahead of him. And it's safely in the keeper's hands. Serginho. And here's Messi. Now it's Batistuta. Very early stages, Jim, but anything up to now that's of note?
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative. Oh,
It's Ibrahimovic! Oh, screamer! About as smooth as it gets. The perfect outcome to mark his 50th game. And the trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
You felt it was coming, 1-0.
Look, he's the one everyone expects to put the ball in the net. That's what he's paid to do.
That's a cute ball. That is a great pick out. And here's Neymar. And he's quick to return it. Koundé, the most accurate pass. Looking for a runner. That is a brilliant interception. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Now it's Messi. Now it's Schneider. Koundé gets across to intercept that. There's a sharp little ball here. And the shot! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Batistuta really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Oh, good climb! No messing about, just bludgeoned away. Lampard, looking for the run. There's the delivery. Ronaldinho! He will be livid with himself. And it's Ibrahimovic. Schneider. And this is Ibrahimovic. And that is expertly dealt with. Half an hour played now. That's a throw. Important interception. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. And the score is 1-0. And he has slightly undercooked that one.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Oh, no joy this time. Now it's Neymar. Mateus. Lampard. Looking to pass their way up the pitch. And that is a little undercooked.
It looks very much like they'd be happy to settle for this narrow lead at the break.
In it comes. Batistuta! And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside. He's had it nicked away. And the through ball. Oh no, this does not look good. And a chance! Now, who's going to be first to this? He's done very well to get to that.
Batistuta clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
So, third corner of the game. And now a sudden chance to counter. He's through here. And this is Sneijder. Chance, surely! Off the post. And yes, it's there! And look what it means to them. This is a position of genuine strength now. He'll take that. Perhaps not the prettiest, but they all count.
Listen, he would have been advised to do that as a kid, and it's obviously etched in his mind now.
So that's two now without reply.
Well, now's the time you can afford to be more daring, Peter. It may be tempting to sit on this, but I'd say go and grab a third.
Sneijder swings it across. Ronaldinho. And that is the end of the first half.
Well, the second goal certainly came as a welcome surprise, Peter. So late and so potentially destructive.
That certainly seems to be the case.
And that ought to encourage an even more ambitious approach in this second half, Peter, with control already established.
Well, the players definitely know they're in a derby. More of the same to come after the break, you can be sure of that. Sao Paulo looking composed, content, comfortable, leading 2-0 at half-time. And we are back on the way. And this is Ronald. Chance! It's hit the upright. That's really well cleared. Oh, this looks sharp. Mateus. Can he get it through? Driven in. Expertly cut out. Really nicely done. Great ball, and he's in here. Ibrahimovic aims beyond the defence. And it's Ibrahimovic. Oh, nicely intercepted. Xavi Alonso. Lampard cuts out the pass. Now it's Batistuta. Ibrahimovic. Serginho calmly anticipates. Looking to play him in. That's been cut out, well played. Long ball by the goalkeeper. And here's Neymar. A couple of goals between the sides, and it's still early in the second half. Now it's Messi. He's found a way through. Messi. Big chance! Ibrahimovic looking understandably energised after his goal. Almost an hour gone. That's a decent ball. Oh, he's done very well to take that back. That's tidy. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest.
Substituição no time do São Paulo. Camisa 9.
Conte.
Camisa 23.
Nicely spread.
Neymar.
Lovely ball and a real chance now. Great chance!
Camisa 20.
Xavi Alonso.
Camisa 13.
Ronaldinho.
Fechando o campo para a entrada
Messi.
de camisa
Mateus.
18. Camisa 21.
Nicely shaped ball.
Camisa 15. Camisa 14. Camisa 8.
Bullish header! Decent attempt, but not quite good enough.
I thought it was a really good break. No shortage of pace nor intensity. Exactly what's required when on the counter-attack.
It's a pretty loose pass. And the pass is intercepted. And here's Batistuta. Marquinhos with a definite foul there. There's a quick free kick. And here's Messi. Haaland. Now, can they get him away? Oh, no, that was never going to make it. Mateus. And it's Lampard. Now Ronaldinho.
Oh, great feat, that.
Ronaldinho. He has found the way through. Shot a goal! A potential goal of the season contender, if only.
Ronaldinho just backs himself every time. Give him a challenge and he'll rise to it.
Just a quarter of an hour to play. Rijkaard. And it's Batistuta. Ronaldinho has got himself a free kick. And he's going to have his name taken. He does seem to be in considerable discomfort. I do hope it's nothing serious.
Well, what goes through a player's head at times like that is a mystery to me.
Mateus. Ball is over the line. Now it's Yamal. Serginho. Well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Mateus. Messi, and this is Messi. He has a look up.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Looking for options for movement, and he was quick to react. Messi. That is good alertness.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
Khan gets his hands on it, and the danger is averted. And this is Ronaldinho. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. It's a searching pass, and they're quick to get it back. Can he get away here? Palmeiras have it back and that's it. Sao Paulo are walking off satisfied with their day's work. A result no less warranted, no less deserving of their efforts. A job done in a highly professional manner. Well, how will we look back on that?
That is a superb win. This is one of those games where the result justifies whatever means. Just look at the players celebrating with the fans. Everyone pumped. Takes me back.